I am Dark Bloom.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the World Online Racing Championship League Dirt Midget Tour here, presented by Mr. Ocean CM3882. We are at the beautiful Bristol dirt track here this evening for some great dirt midget racing, and it looks like the guys are gridding up here for the first heat. So let's go over the starting order. On pole, we've got Mason Coffey. In second, Aaron Trotter. Third, Caden Folkerts. In fourth, Caden Butler. In fifth, Keelan Belsha. In sixth, Cale Goodwin. And in seventh, Aaron Griffin. All right, looks like we're going to have 7 cars here on the track in heat number 1. Top 4 will advance straight to the feature this evening. All right, looks like they're doing their opening pace laps here. Gonna get heat number 1 started. It will be 8 laps here, and top 4 will advance straight to the feature. We'll see who's gonna come out victorious here in heat number 1. All right, pace truck is off here. Aaron Trotter going to lead us down to the green flag. You can see the guys getting bunched up there at the start, doing a good job to stay off of each other. Looks like Aaron Trotter going to head up to the high side there. Right behind him, that looks like the 811 of Paul Butler, but the 072 there of Goodwin is going to advance up into the second spot. Looks like that bottom line is hooked up and much more quicker than that top line, but we'll watch how the track progresses here this evening. Oh, we see a little contact there. That is the 811 of Butler getting into the rear of, let's see, that is the 01 of Caden Folkert. Both drivers doing a great job there to keep it going. Oh, we've got a pass for the lead. Little bump in there between, that is the 072 of Goodwin as he takes over the lead from the 52 of Mason Coffey. And we'll catch that one again as we're going to cross the line here. 5 to go. We'll get a replay of that right after the race. Want to stay here, though, on the action as Coffey's going to look up the inside, retake the lead as they cross the line here. Going to take 4 to go this time by. Looks like Butler is making a move there on the 01 of Folkerts. That is for 4th, that final transfer spot. Meanwhile, out front here, Coffey has extended his lead out to 0.4 of a second as he takes 3 to go this time by. We'll see if Cale Goodwin here can chase him down with only 3 laps remaining. And looks like we're going to have a bit of a battle here for the final transfer spot. That is the 01 of Folkerts. And Caden Butler currently holds that 4th place, that final transfer spot. All right, 2 to go. Coming to the white flag this time by as they head down through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Oh, we see Coffey trying a bit of a different line there. and sliding way up the track, loses a ton of time, but he's going to take the white flag here. Can Cale Goodwin make a move around the bottom side of the track here? And looks like that bottom line is much quicker as they're going to go side by side through the final turn here. And looks like Goodwin is going to take home the victory here in heat number 1. And Mason Coffey there is going to slide across the line in second. Aaron Trotter going to take home third. And Caden Butler gets that 4th and final transfer spot. So great battle there. All right, let's check out the starting grid for heat race number 2. On pole, we've got the very fast Josh Patterson. Outside in second, Darren Stark. In third, Garrett White. In fourth, we've got Ryan Martin. In fifth, Christian Visconti. In sixth, Cameron McHone. In seventh, Paul Granata. And rounding it out there in eighth, we've got, that is Andruskavich. I do apologize. That was the first time I've seen your name, so if I mispronounced it, I do apologize. That'll do it. Looks like Paul Granata hasn't quite gridded up yet. He has a few more seconds to make it to the grid. And what you just saw there is one of the very weird quirks here with these dirt midget cars. They are really hard to get started at low speeds. As you can see, Patterson, as he hit the gas, car just wanted to rotate toward the bottom of the track there, and he was having a really hard time to get the front end to stick there and be able to actually control where the car was going. So very common thing here in these dirt midget cars. You'll see some of these guys struggle with from time to time, but we are going to get started here with heat number 2 momentarily. 8-lap heat race. Top 4 transfers straight to the feature. And just looking at the overall driver count this evening, looks like everyone will make it into the final event this evening, as it is set up to take the top 20 drivers. We have under 20 here this evening, so everyone will be able to qualify their way in. All right, Josh Patterson there in that red and white 02 machine. He's going to lead us down to the line here once we get the green flag and start heat number 2. The number 55 of Darren Stark there on the outside. We'll see what he can do here into turn 1. Green flag is out. Oh, we've already got action back there. That looks like Paul Nope, that was Cameron McHone. And Druskovich, I believe. Yep, that is correct. Both of those drivers involved as they went over the line there. And looks like the 55 of Stark there staying right on the tail end of Josh Patterson out front. Looks like he's going to take a look on the inside here as they head down the straight into turn 3. We'll see if Josh Patterson can make that outside line work better than they could in heat number 1. It just does not look like the speed is there currently, as the 55 of Stark is going to take over the lead. And we got a great battle here heating up for third. That is Visconti looking on the outside there of Ryan Martin for the third position. And it looks like Patterson there is going to look on the inside of Stark. He's going to take away the race lead. So we have a new race leader with 4 to go here in heat number 2. But it looks like the 55 of Stark going to fight back here on the inside. Nice crossover move. And just does not look like the speed is quite there yet in that high line, as you can see just how much he falls back in the middle of the corner. right, going to cross the line here. 2 to go as Josh Patterson going to look on the outside again. And we see Stark throw it in there. A little slide job move type entry. Slides up the track. That's going to allow Patterson on the inside. He had to lift there as he went into the corner to avoid contact. So they're going to come out side by side here as they take the white flag for the final lap. And we'll see if Patterson here can hold it on the bottom. We see lap traffic coming into play. Make it through there nicely, but Stark is right on the tail of Josh Patterson as they come through the final corner here. It's going to be a drag race off the line, but Josh Patterson is going to take home the race win here for heat number 2. Aaron Stark going to come home in second, Ryan Martin in third, and in that final transfer spot, we've got Christian Visconti. All right, we're going to advance straight into the warm-up here right before the feature race. We do not need to have the Constellation or the B main because we have less than 20 drivers in the field this evening. So a little quick 3-minute warm-up here, and then we'll get started with our main event. And just go over that. Our main event here tonight will be 25 laps this evening. And we'll also bring up the current point standings as we head into round 7 of the 11-round series. We've got Mason Coffey, currently your points leader. Brayson Collins, who unfortunately could not make it this evening. I believe he was traveling in second in points. James Barrett Jr. there in third. Cameron McHone in fourth. Ryan Martin in fifth. David Shane in sixth. In seventh, we've got Aaron Trotter. In eighth, Christian Visconti. In ninth, Paul Granata, and rounding it out there in 10th, Jeremy Folkert. All right, we're going to get gridded up here for our 25-lap main event this evening. Starting on pole, we have Ryan Martin in second, Aaron Trotter third, Darren Stark in fourth, Mason Coffey. Starting fifth, we have Josh Patterson. In sixth, Cale Goodwin. Seventh, Caden Butler. Eighth, Christian Visconti. In ninth, Caden Folkerts. In 10th, Cameron McHone. 11th, Keelan Belsha. And in 12th, Garrett White. Starting 13th, we have Aaron Griffin. In 14th, we have Tisa Andruskovic. In 15th, Brayson Collins. And 16th, Paul Granata. It'll be interesting to see if that top line ever develops here. Certainly, so far in the first two heats, we saw that bottom line be dominant, but you can see here as they head around for their pace laps, it is starting to slick up down there right on that bottom line. And you can't really go any more to the left there down toward the bottom of the track because that is the apron. It gets flat down there, so we'll see that line slowly deteriorate as everyone continues to run down there, and then maybe we'll see the guys start to go up and run against the wall. But even on the asphalt version of Bristol here, you have to be very careful when you're running that outside line, not to make contact with that wall. And here on the dirt track, it is just amplified. So we'll see who can survive here this evening, as we're about ready to get started with our 25 lap main event here. Ryan Martin there in that gray, black, and green number 9 machine. He's going to lead us down to the start here on pole. Outside of him, we've got the very quick Aaron Trotter, and then the 55 of Darren Stark there sitting in third. And right outside of him, we've got Mason Coffey in the 52. But Ryan Martin here is going to lead us to the line. Oh, we've already got a car around. Who is that? That is the 02 of Josh Patterson. As the guys just got bunched up there at the start. Doesn't look like anyone sustained any damage, but let's go back and take a look at that. Oh, that was the 55 that was not able to get going there and just caused the guys to just bunch up. And then the 02 there gets the worst end of that. He'll now start in the tail end. Alright, we'll hopefully get restarted here in just a few laps. Just trying to check out the timing board here. It has Josh Patterson riding behind the pace car. He doesn't show a lap down as we never completed a lap, so not sure where it's going to put him here in the starting order once we take one to go. And while we were under caution there, it looks like the 01 of Caden Folkerts has actually disconnected from the server. So he's going to be out. We've currently got 12 drivers remaining here in the field, and Aaron Trotter there in that number 46, he's going to lead us down to the restart as they will get going green this time by. You can see a single file restart this time.
Green flag.
And they are away. Aaron Trotter off to a nice jump there. We've got a bit of a battle. This is back here for 4th and 5th. Oh no, we've got Caden Butler up into the wall. And it looks like Ryan Martin's going to move up into 3rd. He has the 072 there of Goodwin right underneath him. We'll see if he can make that high line work. And we're about ready to have a battle for the lead as Mason Coffey there in that purple and black number 52 machine has now caught up to the rear of number 46, Aaron Trotter. Oh, we've got another caution out. Let's go check in. I believe that was Cameron McHone that was involved in this. Ooh, right in front of Josh Patterson again, doing a great job to avoid that one. But Cameron McHone there, unfortunately, going to go flipping around there a bit. And that means we're going to lose one more driver here this evening. So now down to 11. And let's check in. Looks like the biggest mover so far is this 00 of Garrett White. He is currently in the 6th position, up 6 places since the start of the race. And we haven't had that many green flag laps. So kudos to him. He's coming up through the field very quick. Looks like Josh Patterson there in the 02 was able to work his way back up into 7th as he started in the rear that time. But Aaron Trotter was able to hold on to the lead during that stint. But the very quick Mason Coffey, we saw him cut down that gap very quickly there in the matter of just a couple of laps. So it'll be interesting to see once we get a long run in here what happened.
Green flag.
And the pace truck is off. We are green here. Aaron Trotter going to lead us down into turn 1. Mason Coffey there in 2nd. Looks like Cale Goodwin got a great restart there as he's now looking all over the back of the 52 of Coffey. As they're going to go down into turn 3 and 4 here. Going to take 13 to go here at the line. Let's ride on board Goodwin here as he chases down 2nd place driver Mason Coffey. And we see that gap starting to get cut down there between the 46 of Trotter and the 52 of Coffey, but we just saw a bit of a mistake there out of Coffey, so that allowed the 072 there of Goodwin to catch up. And right behind them, we've got a great battle here. This is for 5th. Looks like Darren Stark actually looking on the inside of Josh Patterson as they head down into turn 3. And here's going to give us a good example if that top line is working. Doesn't look like it is, so the bottom's still the dominant line here. Ooh, and that looks like Ryan Martin and Christian Visconti there battling it out for 6th place. Oh, we've got a car around. That is 2nd place Mason Coffey. And that will bring out the 3rd caution. Let's go check in and see what happened there. Oh, it looks like he's going to make contact with the race leader there. And that's just going to send him on around. And Coffee doing a great job to get that car out of the racing line there. It doesn't look like he's going to collect anyone else. So good job there, but that'll bring out the third caution here. Aaron Trotter still out front. And now Goodwin, Gail Goodwin there in the 072. He's now moved up into second. Darren Stark in that number 55. He's moved up into third. And look who has back up into fourth there. That is the 02 of Josh Patterson. And then rounding out your top five currently, the 9 of Ryan Martin. All right, looks like the pace lights are off the pace truck, so we're going to get resumed racing here, this time by the 072 of Cale Goodwin, currently a race leader. He's going to lead us down to the restart. Darren Stark there in that number 55. We'll see what he can do from second place, and then we cannot rule out the very quick 02 of Josh Patterson there in third. All right, Cale Goodwin taking the green flag here, getting off to a great jump. Right behind them, the next three cars all bottled up here, as we're going to have a 5-lap shootout to the end here. Well, that looks like Visconti looking to make a run there for fourth on Ryan Martin. Looks like Martin's going to regain that position back, though. And meanwhile, the battle is on for second. Josh Patterson here going to look to the outside of Darren Stark. And Patterson tried to make that top line work, just not quite there yet. The bottom line is dominant, and that is unfortunate to see. We do want to see some two-line racing here, but currently looks like that bottom line is where you want to be, as Darren Stark starts to close in there on the 072 of Goodwin. And we see Mason Coffey here working his way back up through the field. He's now looking underneath the 9 of Ryan Martin. And Darren Stark here right up against the rear of the 072 of Goodwin. They're going to take the white flag this time by. Can Darren Stark get up there and make a move for the race win? He only has one more corner to do it. Oh, there's going to be contact between the two. And that's going to allow Josh Patterson through. Josh Patterson will take home the win there as Goodwin gets shuffled back into second. We hate to see that with a last turn contact there. But let's go back. We got to check out that contact again. I'm not sure if Goodwin lost the rear of the car and checked up, or if Stark just took it in there too hot. All right, we're watching them here as they take the white flag. They go down into turns 1 and 2. Everything's good there, but the contact is going to happen here as we go into turn 3. You can see quite a few car links there. Oh, and no, the 072 did not check up. It's just Darren Stark there, and that 55 just came in way too hot with a last-ditch effort. Makes contact. Unfortunately, shuffles Goodwin back into second. I know he's not going to be happy about that, but we'll try to get a word with our top three here as they finish up, and we'll also go over the official results here as soon as they become available to us. And looks like they are now. So coming home with the race win there, we've got Josh Patterson, Cale Goodwin in second, Christian Visconti in third, Mason Coffey in fourth, Ryan Martin in fifth, Garrett White in sixth, in seventh, Tisa Andruskevich in seventh and eighth, Aaron Trotter in ninth, Aaron Griffin, and in 10th there, Darren Starr. All right, we'll give the guys a moment here to get up in the booth, and it looks like we've got our third place driver now, Christian Visconti, up here. So we'll try to get a word with. Hey, we've got our third place driver here, Christian Visconti, up in the broadcast booth. Hey, man, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, congratulations on the run there, coming home in third. Uh, you did a great job to work your way up through the field here on what looked to be a very difficult track. Looked to be one lane, and we saw some guys try to go up toward the top and make that top line work, but it just did not look like the speed was there. But you gained 4 positions here from the start of the race, bringing it home third. Got to ask, how did the race unfold for you there?
Well, Bristol dirt I've always liked, been pretty good at, and we just kind of, I was faster than a couple of guys throughout the race, just kind of methodically picked them off because that bottom was definitely the line. And then I got kind of lucky on the last lap. I don't know what happened. I guess a failed slide job of sorts for the win. Snuck through it for P3. Probably my first like dirt podium ever in the league. So I'll definitely take it how I can get it.
Yeah, you got to take them as they come. But yeah, with that move there, that was, I believe, the 55 of Darren Stark who made contact with Cale Goodwin there in the last turn on the last lap. So that's heartbreaking for him as he was, leading most of that race there. But he does come away with a second place finish. And that did bump you up into third. So good run for you overall here tonight. Hey, while you're here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Obviously, I say it every time, but you for broadcasting, Bryson Collins and the whole WORC admin team for hosting this league, and I guess Darren for giving me a free position there, I guess. But yeah, pretty much it.
All right, that sounds good. Well, again, congratulations on the third place finish. Just pulling up the schedule next week, we go to Cedar Lake. How do you feel about that track?
Oh, that's definitely going to be probably a pretty fun race for the drivers and for the viewers to watch. So if you're tuning in now, make sure to tune in next week. It'll certainly be another great race.
All right, sounds good. We're all looking forward to it. Well, again, congratulations on the third place finish tonight. Hopefully, we'll get a word with you again next week.
Yeah, hopefully. Thank you.
All right, that'll do it for our third place driver there, Christian Visconti. So now let's try to get a word with our second place driver, Cale Goodwin, up here in the booth. Hey, Cale, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
Hello.
Hey, so first of all, congratulations on the second place finish, but also heartbreaking to see there what happened in the last lap, last turn there with the contact between the 55 of Darren Stark getting into the rear of you there, costing you the race win, unfortunately. But silver lining is you do come away with a second place finish here tonight at a very tough Bristol dirt track here. So, got to ask you, we saw a few guys try to top line here tonight. Just didn't look like the speed was there. So is that what you felt in the car? Was the bottom line the preferred line?
Yeah, it was pretty wide there at Bristol and pretty steep, and I just don't think the midgets are big enough to run the top there unless it really got slicked off on the bottom. Though it's still enough that you could let the right rear get in some grip and go.
Gotcha. Yeah. So that explains. It's unfortunate. We'd love to see some two-lane racing, but you guys still put on a show here. Gotta ask. Probably understand how you feel there, but what's your feelings there on that last lap contact between you and Stark?
Me and Darren are all good. I talked to him after the race, and going down there into 3, there's this huge rut if you get too low, and he got into it and just got into me. We're all good.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't know about the rut there. It just looked like he got in there way too hot. But if now that you've said that, it does look like the handling of the car there definitely got upset. So I'm glad you guys were able to work it out. That's good, and that's a good thing to do here in a league. But we're just wrapping up round 7. We head into round 8 next week. Looks like we go to Cedar Lake. How do you feel about that track?
I'm pretty excited. Cedar Lake can, with the right track work, it can get put up on the top. So I'm excited to see how things work out.
All right, we're looking forward to it too. And while you're here, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
T46 graphics, DSR setups, everyone else that helps with my sim racing and watches.
All right. Well, again, congratulations on the second place finish. Almost had the win here tonight. We'll see. Hopefully next week you can take home that race victory. How about that?
Yeah, thank you.
All right. That'll do it there for our second place finisher this evening. We have Cale Goodwin. Now let's try to get a word with our race winner. We've got Josh Patterson up here in the booth. Hey, Josh, it's Kevin. You got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Hey, man, congratulations on the race victory. Got to ask, it looked like it just kind of fell into your hands there during that last lap with that contact between, I believe that was the 55 of Darren Stark and the 072 of Cale Goodwin. What was your thoughts going through that final turn there to see that happening and thinking, hey, I have a shot to win this?
Well, on the last restart, I restarted third, and I initially had some for them. I fell off a little bit. I was trying to experiment with different lines because I couldn't really get past them and just following them on the bottom. It just wasn't working. So I tried to experiment with some stuff. I fell back a little bit, and then coming to the final corner, I saw him, getting closer. I knew Darren would probably make a send, so I was just going to go to the top side, hope they sort of got together on the bottom. So I entered the corner on the top side, and then saw Darren slide up the track. I saw him make contact, and they spun all over the place. I had to lift, and then I was like trying to navigate my way through, and I saw Christian zooming up behind me, so I gassed it, kind of took a risk, and it paid off. But I don't know, it's still really unfortunate for Cale. He deserved that one. I think he should have 100% won this race, but that kind of stuff happens, and normally I'm not a victim of lucky wins, but this was certainly one of them.
Hey, you got to take them as they come sometimes. But you were, I want to go into how the track felt here and how it kind of unfolded this evening. We saw you go up to the top line. It looked like you were probably the only driver to try it multiple times throughout the night. Everyone else staying on the bottom. Just didn't look like that top line ever came in, or I should say the bottom line never slicked up enough to make the top line competitive. Is that what you felt there in the car?
Yeah. There was a little groove of tacky on the top. I was trying to get into that, but I think most of the field was running about a lane higher, maybe half a lane higher where you should be. And there was a patch of tacky right on the bottom, so it never came, it never went away just because I don't think enough people were running it. And every time I put my car down there, it just couldn't worked, and that's how I kept making my passes. But what I was trying to do on the top side, I was trying to enter high and then sort of break a little bit mid corner and then shoot it down low off. I think I did that 2 or 3 times. One time I think I almost wrecked Christian, and then I decided to just try to sort of stay on the bottom since then because I didn't want to get in that situation anymore. But yeah, I was hoping it would come in because I would have liked to see a bit more of a dynamic track. But yeah, I just don't think we had quite enough time or quite enough green flag laps to make that happen.
Yeah, well, thank you for going into that for us because you always think of Bristol and you think a highline track, but here with the dirt, sometimes it's a wild card. Just didn't seem like these cars could make that highline work. It seemed like they were on the bottom, but hey, coming home with the race win, that's what matters here this evening. Good points night for you. Just gonna check real quick. Oh. You were actually outside of the top 10 in points. For some reason, I thought you were higher up. Maybe it's in one of the other series here. But nonetheless, race victory here tonight. Head to Cedar Lake next week. How do you feel about that track?
Cedar Lake's good. I don't think I've raced the midgets at Cedar Lake yet. I did a 410 non-winged race, so those are kind of similar to this. But yeah, I've always liked Cedar Lake as a track. It's always fun. Normally there's more than one lane there, so hopefully it'll be a little bit different than tonight. But yeah, unfortunately, I haven't really been able to make as many races as I wanted to this year. So I've been doing really well in all 3 series, but I haven't really been able to show up consistently enough to be high enough in the points to really do anything. So yeah, that's what that's about.
Gotcha. Well, again, congratulations on the victory. Hey, while you're here, anybody want to give a shout out to?
I got to give a shout out to everybody at Nova Sim Racing, Paul Granada, Jay Mulder, Garrett White. I got to give a shout out to Bryson Collins, although he wasn't really here tonight. He does a great job running this league and, just keeping the Discord in check at times. I got to give a shout out to Belfort Property Restorations, NTN, Endurance Distributions, EVC Automotive, Vulture Racing Engines, Patriot Clutches, all the guys back at the shop. And yeah, I gotta thank you for broadcasting this every week. And I gotta thank everybody on track for giving me a great race. And I gotta thank Darren Stark for taking out the leader.
You're the second person here that we've interviewed that also gave a shout out to Darren Stark. It was Christian Visconti because he snuck into third with that unfolding. So that's fun to see. Looks like everybody made up though. And no hard feelings between Cale Goodwin and Darren, so that's good to see. But again, congratulations on the race win tonight. Head to Cedar Lake next week, and hopefully we'll be able to catch a word with you there as well.
All right, yeah, thanks, Kevin. I'll see you soon, hopefully.
All right, that'll do it for our race winner here tonight. Josh Patterson taking home the victory at round 7 here, Bristol Dirt. And it was an eventful race. We saw some last lap contact there between the race leader, Cale Goodwin, and Darren Stark that unfortunately moved Cale Goodwin back into second. But Josh Patterson coming out lucky there, and also Christian Visconti moving up into third with that contact. So great runs from those guys. And it looks like we head to Cedar Lake next week for round 8, and we are getting into the second half here of this season. 11-round season. We'll head into Knoxville the week after that, Kokomo, and then Chili Bowl will be round 11. And that'll do it for this season here in the Dirt Midget Tour presented by Mr. Ocean CM 3882. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in here at Soak Tires Broadcasting, and hopefully we'll catch you up next week at Cedar Lake.